Okay, everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and we are live, and I'm going to um, get in here. Let's see here and see if I can find my Zoom meeting here. I think we're here. Zoom workplace meeting, enter, stop video, keep on top. Let's see here. So we've got, we are there. Okay, so we're going to record here, record to this computer.
Recording in progress.
There we go. And then we're going to go view. And we're going to go keep on top. Okay, we're here, everybody. And it's Jeff Eichen here with the Zoom meeting that you've all been waiting for. And I'm going to organize a little bit here for a second. We're totally live, and we're talking about ending prohibition. And I want people to text me in StreamYard if you can hear me. I don't have anybody looking after me today, so it's a experiment in episode 299, and I'm really excited. And so you can see with my magic software, I can move things around here. And let's go through my poster here for a minute here. We've got breaking news that Edwin is still in jail. You know, I got some of his incredible videos that I've been making for him. We're going to go visit him. And Edwin's been in jail for 28 freaking years. And I'm behind there here. You can see me. I'm peeking out there. And so now they reschedule cannabis to Schedule 3, or they're thinking about it, or they're trying to make that happen, and and so some of us are hanging out with a sacred juice here. And so we've got a little a guest, surprise guest here. So as it goes, everybody, our surprise guest here of the day is a really incredible friend of mine from the incredible. Does everybody remember the movie Mr. Limpet? How he fell in the water and he became a fish, And it was in the days where films were really funny and really good, and they gave you imagination to dream on. Well, Rodimus, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining us. And Rodimus has been with me for years, but even on the show for years. And he pops in when he can. And we're blessed to have you. But we won't call you Mr. Limpet today. We'll call you Rodimus Para. Everybody give Rodimus a round of applause. Where's my sound effects? Oh my God.
Okay, not necessary. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh my God, my sound effects. So anyways, here, I do have a sound effect. Whoop, where's my regular whistle? Here it is. Okay, so there you go. So I was telling everybody that behind the scenes here, I'm way behind the scenes, but we're also working on getting all the plant medicine free, including mycelium, including some of the really exotic plant medicines like ayahuasca and with peyote. And Rodimus knows a little bit more about this than I do about sacred church, correct? If you have a church in America, you can actually do peyote legally?
Well, there is one that is recognized by the U.S. government called the Native American Church.
Yes.
Native American Church, and that allows a person called a roadman, who is the person who is running the ceremony, to carry his box that cannot be taken or searched or whatever kind of thing. It's permitted for him because it's a religious sacrament that he's carrying the peyote to the next meeting of the church. And so he has a card that he carries. It's government issued card, and his special box
So is
And
he
he's a
like the
road-
bishop or the shaman or the guide?
Yeah, he's the road. It's called a roadman.
Okay.
Officially, he's called a roadman, and he's the one who goes to the different places where people have asked him to come and run a ceremony for the night. And they build a teepee and they build a fire pit inside the teepee, or a place where the stones are brought in from the outside fire pit, brought inside hot stones, and a little hearth in the middle of the teepee circle. And it's an all-night ceremony, starts around 6 in the evening. It goes to about 6, 7 in the morning.
Well, that's what my rant was before you popped in here. I was just sharing with everybody. We were looking over my poster here, and the poster here is pretty interesting today. There's a lot of different things on there. We congratulate Angela Reynolds for coming home, and for Amy Pova and Miss Johnson in the White House for helping to bring her home, pardon and all that stuff. I don't know if she's been pardoned, because so many people don't get pardoned, when they come out. It's really a bummer. But we won't get into too much politics today about the haves and have nots. It's just really great that the administration is bringing home one at a time. So we're talking about Edwin Rubiz today. And in my intro today, I have a couple of new Edwin videos. And don't be afraid of AI. Just use it responsibly, everybody. And so I've been doing some AI that Edwin asked me to do, to have some people talk about him and say, please, President Trump, bring me home. 28 years. Can you believe it, you guys? 28 years. And look, Mike Tyson is on Chronic Magazine. I'm there with Joe Chronic, and Chronic Magazine is an excellent magazine. Comes out 4 times a year, and we're going to interview Rodimus Parra in one of the episodes. So it's going to be really fun.
What did Edwin? What was he convicted for?
Marijuana.
No, I understand that.
I don't know what his. You know what? That's a great question. I don't know what his original crime was, or I don't think it was 3 strikes, but some people are in for 1 strike for life, and it's just horrible. It's just horrible, you guys and gals out there in Weed Say land. So I've got Jeannie 420 in the waiting room there. Ham Parade for having some females join us. But before I do that, I just wanted to welcome Rodimus, which you're welcome, and prepare for incoming. And here we go. Okay. Deep breath, everybody. And then we'll have our intro and we'll go from there. It's going to be a fun show. I'm going to have Rodimus be my back man today. If you could tell me while we're live, when I'm doing a new platform, I found a way to embed my videos and see if it works better. Okay. So tell me if I got sound or video. Okay. So here we go. Here comes Jeannie. Got us in the house. So amazing. Little Christmas marijuana leaves out there. Where is that? That's pretty cool. Are you around, Jeannie?
Yeah, that's Colorado.
That's pretty good, Colorado. Yay. Welcome aboard, Jeannie.
Hello. Hi, Rodimus Grasshopper.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hey.
I've not seen you in a long time. Hi. I'm waving at the screen, everybody. I really am. I'm with VA patients today, so they're waving, but they're supposed to be in the beds at the moment, but they're being naughty, but they're waving at the camera. We're all listening in today. We're all here to support, and we definitely want to free Edwin Rubiz.
Well, I'm gonna put our first video on, which is again an experiment. So Rodimus, you immediately just speak up because I can hear you if it's not working. If it is, it's good. It's our video for the day, and here we go. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's this one. Okay, so this is gonna be, I think it's this one. How do I play it? Gosh dang it. Remove Add to screen. Okay, so that's there. So I want to play, add to stage, add to stage. Where is my movie? Okay, remove. Myself back. Okay, so I'm back. I'm trying to find our movie here. So Jeannie's bye-bye. So hang on. I'm trying to find our movie. Let me go get it here.
Jeff, you know I don't see you at all, right? It's just been your graphics the whole time since I've been on. I never saw your face once. You know that, right?
No,
Oh, yeah, all I see is your graphic.
Oh, right. But if I do this, you can see me. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. If I do this, okay, you can see me now, right?
Oh yes, when you declutter.
Yeah. When I declutter, it's a lifetime process. Okay, so here we go. Here, I go to CA, everybody. Clutter's Anonymous. So, anyways, so it's Jeff Eichen here, and I'm going to try to get my intro in here. So let me see if I can get episode 298. Here we go. Okay, so let's see if I can put this up here. Add to stage. Good afternoon, everybody. Rest in peace, brother E Love from Public Enemy, and Joe Chronic's incredible friend and partner in crime. Can you not see that?
Cannot see it.
Oh, bummer. That's what they said that to do.
Well, maybe on the feed for Facebook it's there, but it's not on our Zoom chat.
Oh, that's weird. Hang on, just let me see here. Okay.
Have you shared your screen?
Hang on. So I'm going to go back to. Okay, now can you see it?
No.
Oh man, I can see it on my side, but it's not showing up on your side.
Maybe if I change my view, let me see if I go to gallery. No, I don't see it.
I've got the AI told me how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. So present or invite. Stop sharing. Stay. Share. Let's see. Stop share screen. Okay, now add share screen. Add share screen. Okay, so if I go window now and I go StreamYard, okay, can you see it now? Okay, now can you see my... No, that's not it. Huh.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
All these different frames you have on your screen that has, you know, the 3D printed house and the flyer that you made for the latest, you know, issue of your show, etc. Can you maybe put the video in a frame on that screen where you are?
Let me see if I can do that. That's a great idea. Let's see here. So if I go add screen, let's see, if I go add to stage, hang on. So if I go share screen and I go window and I go Ecamm Live, so share. Okay, so now you can see me, correct?
I see you, yes.
Okay, so now how do I get a video into Ecamm? Hang on, let's see if I can get a video into Ecamm. So if I get a video into Ecamm, let's go to Ecamm here and let's go command video. So let's go boom. This is going to be a very steep learning curve, everybody. Okay, so now we are going to, okay, so now 299 and it won't let me put a movie in. Okay, So we'll just have to fly by the seat of our pants today, everybody, without videos. And that was basically my whole show today. Was I had like 6 or 7 videos to show, but we'll stay with it on online here. So come back to our.
You know what I wanted to do though is check the live feed on Facebook to see what's visible there. Although I don't know, I don't have a link to it. You sent me an invite to this show, which I responded to, but is there a link to this live feed? That's your
I have on Facebook. And again, we're at episode 299, everybody. We're working out some bugs here with Rodimus. Let's see here. So now I'm going to go to, well, there is no live feed on Facebook anymore. They don't allow me to do that. So I'm going to the so evidently I'm here looking at the Zoo, the YouTube. The YouTube's working, okay. But
so what's the link? Can you send me a link to that so I can see what?
yeah. Here, I'll put it in the Zoom chat here. So okay. I've got Command C, Command T. So I'm going to go back to Zoom, and then I'm going to go back to you, chat. Okay, chat. So now I'm going to go. Okay, here's the YouTube link.
Right, but see, I can't. Well, can I actually? I'm wondering. Oh yes, yeah. I guess maybe I can open that up from the Zoom chat. Okay, let's see what happens if I try that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm seeing now live feed, and it's the same image that I have on part of my Zoom screen. It's you. I'm not there.
Okay, so let me change the view to Zoom. Hang on, let me change the StreamYard view to Zoom and see if I can get both of us, okay? Because that would be way better. Okay, so we're going to go back to the share screen here, stop share screen, and then I'm going to share screen again, and I'm going to share the window. Okay, I'm going to share Zoom meeting. Okay. Now you see both of us, correct? Share the window.
One thing that's happening is I'm getting double audio with echoes and things like that too, with a delay. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening on Zoom for me. One thing that's happening is I'm getting double audio with echoes and things like that too, with a delay. That's what's happening. That's what's happening on Zoom for me. Oh, and now on Facebook, I'm seeing you and I sharing the screen. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So we are back in action, and we'll just go without videos today, I guess. You know, and we'll work that out. I don't know how to.
Why don't you try showing the video again? Okay. Well. Okay.
Want me to try it now that we got the Zoom thing? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So if I go back to show the video, okay, so if I go add to stage and help us from the other side, E-Love, your music was beautiful and you stood for everything that we're doing right now. It looks like a lot of people are getting
Facebook, yes.
You saw the video?
It's on Facebook, but not on the Zoom.
Okay, so it's going live to the public, but not for us. Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So that means that you and I are going to be having the Zoom conversation. Then when you broadcast the video, Facebook will see it, but I won't see it.
Okay, so let's be patient. Then when I play my video, you just have audio for the minute. Could you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's be patient with that, and let's get Jeannie back in here. Jeannie's waiting in the waiting room again. And here we go, everybody. We're at episode 299, almost 300. It's a pleasure to help people come home. And so here we go. So we got Jeannie back, we got us back, and now I can't hear you. You're muted. Yeah, there.
Yeah, on Facebook, all we're seeing on Facebook right now is just a black background.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I understand that. But
Okay.
now I'm going to add our movie to that. Okay, so here we go.
President Trump, please release and pardon Edwin Rubis. He is still in prison for a non-cannabis crime.
Free the prisoners, free the plant, free the planet, free yourself.
Good afternoon, everybody. Rest in peace, brother E-Love from Public Enemy, and Joe Chronic's incredible friend and partner in crime, and help us from the other side, E-Love. Your music was beautiful, and you stood for everything that we're doing right now. It looks like a lot of people are getting on board the wagon train, to do protest music. We have Stash Wagner. We have doing a remake of Don't Bogart That Joint, and we have incredible help from Joe Chronic. We met Joe in Seattle this week, so Joe and I are now bros for life, and he's going to help with the concert and everything else. So keep it going, you guys, and keep it flowing. And Joe, my heart is out for you and the whole community when we lose a OG from the Cannabis Society and space that we have. But Rip, brother, Rip.
Let me see that magazine, man. Let me see that. Who on the cover, man? Who on the cover?
On the cover, Mike Tights and Chronic Big.
December 5th, y'all.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, E-Love. Rest in peace, E.
Cannabis is the greatest plant on this earth, and it should be used properly. And don't believe all that negative propaganda that has been forced upon us over the last 100 years or so.
Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Let's make it happy. I know there's a lot going on these days, but, it's what we got to do. We got to watch the weed cartoons and get happy about it. I'm going to be opening up my new weed gallery. So my mission is to get everybody on the planet to give me a peace sign, and then I'll have a peace sign art show, book, and share it with the world. It's the only way to end war. Hey, we welcome home Angela Reynolds. Yay! Let's give her a whistle. And we're so blessed and proud that Amy Pova and Alice Johnson, the current pardon czar in the White House, who was also incarcerated for drugs for life, and President Donald gave her clemency. So thank you, team. Everyone's doing the best they can. We can do better.
It's been hard to stay silent with all that's going on. In my mind, I get it. I hear what's being said from all corners of our earth. I get it when you're controlled by what you're thinking. In our heads, we hear, if you fight me, I'll fight you harder. If you curse me, I'll curse you and yours even stronger. That is how our mind thinks, speaking without listening to the spirit. It is a mind that is not connected to the soul. The spirit knows that fighting harder, cursing stronger, hating longer will never end. It just gets easier to use a knife, a gun, a drone, or a bomb. All in the name of blood spilled on the ground to leave more lives buried in the ground, never reaching higher ground. To any of the leaders that feel that this is the only way, I ask you to be brave enough to say, in your way is the... Am I the only one that sees this? I stand up with peace. I stand up with love. That's who I am. That is what God made me of. I stand down on war and I stand down on hate. We cannot let revenge be our unimaginable fate.
Stevie Wonder, everybody. Higher ground. So everybody, it's time. It's freaking time. Let's end this and give thanks for all the OGs, Willie at the Super Bowl, and Tom Lehrman at Harvest Cup, and Bobby MAGA.
Can change that. Sign the petition, raise your voice, and Edwin Rubis has spent decades behind bars for a non-violent marijuana conviction. While the world moves forward, he's still locked up for a plant. Together, we can change that. Sign the petition, raise your voice, and
prison for. I'm Edwin Rubis. I'm serving a 40-year sentence for a non-violent cannabis charge.
Join thousands demanding his freedom. Sign the petition, share his story.
No one should be in prison for.
I'm a breathe that. Every night I hold on to these bars and wonder if they remember the man I was before them. I made mistakes, but the sky don't belong to mistakes. One day, I'm a breathe.
28 years, everybody. Oh, I'm working for you, man. I love you. And so at the count of three, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, my name is Edwin Rubis, and I wanted to say hello to everybody. I am still in prison. I'm still serving 40 years for a non-violent marijuana crime. I have been in prison for 28 years, and I need your assistance and I need your help.
Okay, love you, man. Let's get me there. I love you.
Bye.
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 Parade.
This is Tommy Chong for Lifers Madness.
To end this war on people. So everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, Rodimus Para, and Jeannie in a bottle. She's out of the bottle, and she's here to help us to end prohibition and to assist us with the Canna women. They're so fantastic. They make the best gummies in the kitchen, and we're really excited to have another show. We're going to work on our new way to broadcast, and maybe this week Rodimus and I'll do a little bit of back study on how to get everything working better. But in the meantime, why don't we just have a empathy moment here to say, I can't imagine, you know? Jeannie, are you with us? Okay, Rodimus, what can you imagine about when Edwin or one of the prisoners wrote me a letter and it came in the snail mail and was in hand, and he said, I gotta cool my sodas in my toilet, in jail.
Is that a question?
My question is, what is your empathy for them? I mean, we can't imagine what they're going through, Throw them some empathy, and it's just a dialogue. It's a moment in time for us to say, wow, when is this going to happen? Everything's legal.
And their families, the longer that they're locked up, their families have to suffer injustice as well. And it's outrage. It should be outrage to every single person out there. And if you feel that, then you should turn that into action. You should either start supporting Weed Stays, page 42, Chronic Magazine, see for yourself, and then quote things like that. Because if just every single one of us put ourselves in their shoes, we couldn't even begin to imagine what it'd be like to be told when to go to bed, when to get up, what to eat, when to eat it, who you get to be around, who you get to sleep next to, who you get to spend so much space this way and that way with. And you have no say over anything in your life. Well, what? Because you had a safety meeting? Because you protected yourself? Because you healed another person? Because you gave care and comfort to a senior or to a geezer? because you put a blush back on a disabled woman's face and her veteran husband because you gave them an adult gummy that happens to give them all that they need during the day, and then up to 3 nights of what they might have been missing throughout the night. And you're gonna lock somebody up for that, and you're gonna take away all their rights and diminish them down to a third-class citizen and call us we're potheads and we're drug users and we're the devil's lettuce. It's nonsense. If you've ever had a family member who's had cancer and you take them in for mustard gas, radiation, blasts, you'll take them in to have your sweet baby's head carved in and have things pulled up, but you won't give them a gummy. God forbid. You won't give them a cookie, a brownie, a drink. Something that they can topically wear on their skin. They can wear the care. You don't always have to take it. You should never smoke it, but you don't always have to take it. This plan is so good for you in so many ways. There's not one thing about it that isn't bad, except for man itself. That's the only thing that's not good about it. And Dandelion Road, every single thing that's good for us, we have something that will completely torture it and kill it and make sure that it'll never grow again. Well, that's the very things that we need. How many of you have hugged a tree today and said thank you? Just said thank you. Do you know what trees do? You should find out. The wood-wide network of trees. What if we're trees? Paul Edward Rubies, he's been in it for 27 years, being told when to get up, when to go to bed, if he wants to have a cold drink on a birthday. Are you kidding? No. You know how many holidays he's had to spend in there? His children growing up without him because he had a safety meeting, growing up without him because he made one choice in his life that he has to spend 27 years being punished over. And he's been a model citizen. He's taken all that time and he's done what Brad does. He turns everything into something positive. Fuel. His fears turn into fuel. And his hopes and his dreams of what he's not having, he looks at others and says, well, perhaps you can have it. It's so giving. It's so loving. And to find somebody like that locked up for 27 years, can't we please do something about it? I mean, I've had enough of us in this industry that we can all just do one thing about it. I know we can. It's ridiculous that we have to keep saying it. Of course we can, because together we have all the Canna abilities and none of the things that can hold us down. All you have to do is care. Sit. Start there.
Hand pimp hooray, everybody. Jeannie in the house. And it's really a blessing to have some passionate people on our side to help to end this war on people. The war on people is unbelievable, and it's time to bring it to the White House, to bring it to a public venue, to wear the t-shirts, keep wearing your t-shirts that say marijuana is safer than alcohol. And don't be rude when you're talking to people that think that it's still reefer madness.
I think all war is war on people.
It's amazing, simply amazing that people are still slamming the door on freedom.
Well, freedom, real freedom is a threat to people who want to control other people. Reason why people were called heretics back in centuries earlier and even more recently, when they said, I don't need to go to your church to have a relationship with God. I can do that when I go into the forest. And the priest would say, blasphemer, let's ostracize that person because they are saying that it has to come. They're not acknowledging it has to come through this church. You can only reach that through this. So again, that was all about controlling people and creating a power base. And so freedom of the mind means that you don't necessarily want to subscribe to the restrictions and conformity of the economics and mores and ways of certain societies. And when you resist that, like the resistance in Iran recently, people said, we've had enough of this, Shiite control. We're gonna like go take Iran back, and the government killed over 3,000, somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 people who were protesting, or they blinded half of them as well. So freedom is a revolutionary idea because it means that you cannot be controlled by another person. And the thing that makes marijuana such a threat to the power elite is that it does give you, or can give you, a sense of thought that is outside of the conformity that is being shoved down our throats from the time we're born by society at large, if not our parents. So, not to sound too harsh about it, but that's the threat. The threat is, if people are, listen, the Vietnam War was stopped by an educated and powerful middle class, people who went to school and realized the joke of why we were in Vietnam and literally stopped the military-industrial complex in its tracks. Since then, since the late 19th, early 70s, the military-industrial complex wanted to make absolutely sure that never happened again. So what did they do? They froze wages and they raised tuitions, which basically eliminated the middle class. Because those are the people who actually stopped the war. So that's been a concerted effort engineered by the people who pull the levers in the world, and that's why we don't have a middle class anymore, and why we have very poor people and very rich people. That's been engineered for the last 50 some odd years. So freedom means that you don't buy into that system and you're a threat to it. And this is why we have this conflict to this day, I think. One of the reasons. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I can think, I agree with you, Rodimus. I can see that. And it's also health. Health is your wealth. And if each individual were able to take control of their health without being carved, without being mutilated, without having to be bomb blasted with mustard gases, and the treatments are far. I always have to ask the question, and so should you. If you are going to see a hospital or a doctor, are they in alignment with what? Treatment, cure, or research? Because there's only three things. You're either going in there away for one of those three. And why should anybody have to when we can grow tomatoes? I should be able to grow something that can do something for my own well-being. And that it's my religion. And it should absolutely be my right for my spirituality. I need it for my soul. It should be my absolute right to be able to put what vegetables I want in my body. And cannabis should be treated like a precious vegetable or fruit.
Well,
it's an herb.
Since I got green screen on, I'm showing one of our pieces of art that's going to go in the Cannabis Art Museum that we're getting ready to launch, and that's going to be phenomenal. So far, it's on icanimagine.com. Everybody, you can go to my shop, and I have a I have a cannabis section there, and there's some beautiful prints, and you can hang them, you can gift them, and it's time. It's time. I'm gonna put a call out to all artists, and we're gonna be sourcing some hemp paper. I mean, why isn't there hemp toilet paper? Why isn't there hemp paper in your computer when growing hemp doesn't take any glyphosate or Roundup?
No, and it grows in 6 months.
So the plant, Jack Herr, the father of terror of the whole movement here, I think there on the back of his book it says, I don't have the book here, but it says like I'll give you, $500,000 if you can tell me another plant on Earth that has so many properties that does more things, because it makes paper, fiber, fuel, medicine, food, and plastic, and now batteries and the hemp oil. It's just so the amino acids from hemp seeds. Last night, Maria Madonna was over, and we made a big freaking soup, and then I sprinkled hemp seeds on it, and they were nutty and delicious. And hemp seeds have an amino acid that nothing else has, or just as much. So we need protein. We need to talk about our health before it goes down, before our bodies get old and crumbly. Let's get good nutrition. And hemp is so beautiful. Why is the American government going to stop CBD in 1 year? I mean, we got Schedule 3 and they're going to get rid of CBD, everybody. So I just can't imagine, us getting to a point to standing up for ourselves, taking care of our children, watering the garden, taking care of the plants, and our children, and making a difference in our lifetime. I loved when I was growing up, I was watching TV. Gilligan's Island, I kind of learned a lot from how to, how to get the internet on your gold tooth, or whatever, but how to stay happy, and how to break a coconut open, and do the stuff that's not AI. And I also learned so much from the TV series that Rodimus was incredibly gifted to be part of, where the Kung Fu TV series, as a kid, it taught me to be reverent. It did. And I'm blessed to be your friend and to have you on my show periodically and forever, that you got to be part of that, where the temples should be sacred places, not bombed. I mean, we have to get busy on my show. I'm not going to talk about politics on a regular basis, but we have to bring some of it in right now, because you know what? It's time, everybody, to stand up, get up, stand up for your rights. And that's what we do here. Is we're relief. We're trying to bring, relief to the plant prisoners in jail. Edwin's been in for 28 years. And so, how's everybody looking at early spring? I mean, it's kind of cool.
I have a question for you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were able to have a chat with Jeff Mazansky?
I talked to Jeff Mazansky about a month ago. I did.
Oh, cool. So how's he doing, and what is he doing? An
update on Jeff Mazansky. Jeff Mazansky, if there's some people out there in Weed's Day world, I made a movie called Lifer's Madness, like Reefer Madness. And I went to Missouri and I filmed Jeff Mazansky while he was still in prison for marijuana, for 3 strikes. He was in for 2.5 grams, everybody. And thank you for asking.
How long was he in there? Yeah.
He was in there for 21.9 for 2.5 grams, which is less than a joint, on a sting operation out in the park one day. Okay.
Right.
And they threw the book.
He got released about what, 4 years ago now, is it?
It's been 10 years.
10 years. Like he's been out for 10 years.
He was released in 2016. I made my movie in 2015, 2016. Took me 2 years to edit that movie while I was learning in the curve. And so Jeff Mazansky got out, but he didn't have an ankle bracelet on, but he was not commuted or pardoned. And so he got out and he came home, and he still had trouble getting work. And so he had to have friends give him work. I think they had to pay him under the table. I'm not sure how it all worked out, but finally we our team, the advocates for prisoners in jail, they were loud enough, so he finally got his pardon. Okay, so he got his pardon, and now he got a house. He's married. His children now can see him every day or every week, and they're fantastic. And I met them all.
And he's a grandfather now too, right?
I believe so. Did we see that on my show, or did you hear about it?
No, I'm just thinking that since he had kids before he went into prison, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard his whole lineage of his family members, but I can imagine. And he's the happiest person, and he does give Weeds Day and Lifers some time. He comes on, and he also gives us a little bit of credit for helping us make the volume louder to help his governor release him.
Doesn't he also like make appearances and talk about isn't he also like a part-time advocate, like actually going to
he helped the state of Missouri become medical. I mean, he was there. I mean, we got 300,000 signatures for him in Missouri, and that's amazing by standing out in front of a grocery store, and so that was Freedom Grow and all the beautiful people there, Randy Lanier and Kristen Floor.
Isn't Randy Lanier also somebody who was in jail for a while and then for marijuana?
Randy Lanier was in jail, I believe, for 37 years. I'm not sure.
He was a race car driver, right?
Randy Lanier was Rookie of the Year at Indy, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 500 at the Indy 5 car 500,
And then, like, shortly after that, he got some infraction to do with marijuana and then spent a bunch of time in jail. And now that he's been out, was he pardoned? I mean, was he let out early because of some petition, or did he just serve his time and got out and did his full sentence?
Again, you're asking really brilliant questions, and I don't know the whole Randy Lanier story, but there's a Randy Lanier movie, I believe, and he had a Netflix series, and all these people are super high advocates. He works and is one of the directors for Freedom Grow. And Freedom Grow, by the way, everybody, freedomgrow.com or .org, try them both, and you'll get there. You can write letters to the prisoners. They love your letters, everybody. They love letters, from you.
So that's really, what you're trying to do, what I'm here helping to support you, what Jeannie is doing by having shown up and spoken is, we have to keep the awareness in the public. The sad truth is that, I think, I can safely say that the majority of people who enjoy that plant are not aware that there's still people serving ridiculous sentences.
Every time I go out and I go to a dispensary, they go, "What?"
Right. So the fact that awareness isn't there amongst the population who would most likely want to become active once they knew that there were people in jail, that would make a lot of people outraged. That same outrage that we heard in Jeannie's voice, earlier. That kind of outrage needs to be corralled and focused on getting, more people aware of this reality, and that there are people languishing. Because when a person, whether it's a man or a woman, let's just say it's a man, like Mr. Ruiz, who you had on earlier.
Edwin, yes.
Edwin. Well, Mr. Ruiz, yeah. He's somebody's son, brother, father, uncle, and friend. And when one person sits in jail, they're affecting an entire ecosystem of families, and everyone in that family carries the burden in their heart that someone that they love is serving this ridiculous sentence for something that is just absurd. The crime, the crime did not match first of all, there's no crime, but there was in the code books there was a crime, but the sentence does not match the crime, and that they carry that pain inside their hearts every day of their lives.
A free prisoner, Eddie Lepp said, "You put me in jail, you put my family in jail."
Well, there you go. I guess that's more eloquent than what I'm saying.
No, but I'm just saying is that I'm following up with you, and I'm playing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm doing a little Insta play with you.
I used too many words to say what you just said. What you just quoted nice and succinctly. In any event, I'm just trying to create a scenario in people's minds who might be listening, watching this, to realize that, there's a lot of injustice out there that's beyond ICE and beyond all these other political things. Just people who shouldn't be in jail for marijuana offenses. They weren't violent. There were no guns involved, no knives involved. There was just they were in the wrong place at the right time, or the right place at the wrong time. Anyway, and they got put in jail, and they're serving these sentences. It's unconscionable. And Jeannie said it well too. And I don't want to get into a big rant like that, but awareness is just lacking. It's lacking, and this is why your project, to do the concert. To invite a bunch of celebrities who can help raise awareness by creating an event where people come to see the music and then get a little bit of education during the concert and realize, what? This is still happening? Oh my gosh. And those numbers will then theoretically exponentially increase, and some of those people will be motivated to write a letter, an email to their congressperson and go, I had no idea, Mr. or Mrs. Congressperson or Mr. or Mrs. Senator, that there's people sitting in jail in your district for nonviolent marijuana offenses. What? And that kind of advocacy, which any person can do themselves at home on their keyboard or even on their phone, can make a difference for the people suffering and their families.
The people in jail love to get letters, everybody. They love it. Their mail time is their time. And Rodimus was mentioning, the concert and how it could make a difference to the layman or the person that came to sit in the seat and listen to beautiful music. But we can pass that on. We can pay it forward by creating a fund for their release, for their legal fund, and raise the awareness for the White House to say, did you see what happened in Oakland Coliseum or Denver, wherever Joe Chronic wants to help us to do it? Because, we've got Chronic now, because I totally got to hang out with Joe Chronic, everybody. It was really a blessing to be with Joe. And Joe just texted me about 5 minutes ago, and he said that he's busy today, but he's going to for sure be on next week. So we're gonna hold Joe's hand to the fire, because I said to Joe Chronic before I went to Seattle to meet him this last week, which was a blast, really incredible. Even with the Pinky Bowl, but I said to Joe, do you know Mike Tyson? And he goes, look at this month's magazine cover. There's Mike Tyson on the cover. And so the key is, everybody go get your Chronic magazine and support them. And even his tequila's coming out where the bottle's going to turn into a bong. And, it's just amazing what our team, our Farmy, is still doing. And all the people that are part of the Farmy, the Green Farmy, are doing to help us. There we go. And all we got to do is
Farmy, that's Farmy with an F, not a PH, right?
Well, it could be a pH. Because medicine is in the plant.
Yes.
But we will say Farmy because we want to grow hemp around the world. Oh, so today, how much time do we have left? We have a few more minutes left. Today, okay, everybody, this is it. You can't believe that I waited all this time to tell you this story. Okay, I have a piece of hempcrete in my hand. Okay, whoops, there we go. I got a piece of hempcrete in my hand. This is hempcrete, and oh man, it's hard and it's beautiful. And Lakota, the Native Americans want to grow 1 million acres, and I have that movie, The Green Buffalo, and Danny Georgilis, and he just went to Hawaii and built the first hemp house in Hawaii. So it's happening, okay, and they're moving around, but Joe Chronic said There's a 3D printer company in Mexico where he's from, and he wants to help them to do 3D hempcrete homes. But they said, well, hempcrete's too expensive. That's why we're not using it. You make the what do they say in that movie with the field of dreams? Build it and they will come. Right? And so we need 1 million acres by Lakota hemp, by the native tribe in America, because they're ready. They're growing right now, but they haven't got the license or the money to grow 1 million acres. So guess what? 1 million acres, the price of hemp goes down. But guess what we did today, Rodimus?
What did we do today, Jeffrey?
Noah came down to Port Townsend, and we took the 3D printer and we had our 15-minute meeting with the city, and we've just moved to DevCon 2 on making our house a reality. Our hempcrete
dome. Did you arrive in a large boat?
No, he lives only an hour from me.
Oh, so not the Noah from the Bible, but a different Noah.
Well, kind of, the Noah's Ark. That would be cool if it was made out of hemp, but no, Noah, who hang on, whoa. Noah, who makes the dome homes right there. Noah, who makes the 3D printed dome homes. And I and Doug, my friend Doug here, we had 4 people. The 4 amigos went in today, and we sat with the city of Port Townsend. We sat with the city of Port Townsend, and we freaking talked about to them what we want to do. And we said, this will be a great benefit to the state of Washington to build the first hemp home in America on a 3D printer. And we're going to have the Native American tribe here that built the longhouse come over and do a ceremony, and I'm going to do a film about it. And I'm going to get it in documentary shows and everything, but we're going to film the whole process. And today, Rodimus, was the day that we went into the city. We had a meeting, we went in there, we had our 15 minutes, and we told them what we want to do. And they didn't say no. So now it's time for me to make a little portfolio and a deck, and to prove to our investors, or get Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson got 420 acres for a B&B in Palm Springs. What's a B&B? Bud and breakfast. So he wants to do it. Can you imagine if Mike loved this idea and financed finishing Noah's project? Because his little rust bucket can print a house, but it's still rusty. We need $1 million, Mike, to make this happen. And then you can make 40 or 50 domes on your 400 acres there for your people to come and have bud and breakfast in a dome. We can make them look like mushrooms. We can do everything and have a big giant one for the mess hall and for this and for that.
Hey, where's your whistle? Where's your whistle, Joe?
Oh, you ready? So here, wait, that deserves more than a whistle. Here, that deserves my. And here's to all you refugees and all you people that are in suspension, because of things that are changing on the planet and the way that America's going in a direction of whatever, because I'll stay neutral for my whole life. I'll even take There's so many people on both sides in the cannabis world. I'll take their help every day to get the concert made, because once we do one concert, we'll do another one, and we'll take it to another country, and we'll have freedom music, and we'll get, who's that guy, Miles, right now, that sang that song, No Kings or whatever, we love that. Sang with Joan Baez, a young kid is sounding like Bob Dylan. I listened to Bob Dylan yesterday, everybody, and it was really phenomenal. I can't play it on my show, but it was blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend. How many roads must a man walk down? So everybody eat your Wheaties, organic, green, incredible Wheaties, and love your best friends up and have them on your shows. Do some shows, and don't be a schmo. And give thanks and empathy for everybody. We don't know how you feel when you're in a war-torn country, and we're going to do the best we can not to let America slip and end prohibition in my lifetime. Oh, wait, do I need a whistle for that one? So, I got one more thing for you because we're all about show and tell. There's the eyeball of infamy. So everybody, keep your third eye in good shape, because we got a lot of work. And Micaiah used to tell me, my former partner, when you turn work into play, you win. So we're still going to do the 3 peace signs, because that's the weed sign, okay? And we're going to say, hemp hemp hooray, everybody. And it was a great show today, even without so much video. And Rodimus, bless you for navigating and for your partnership with your people that you're aligning with, and for freedom on the planet. This is Jeff Eichen here. We're at the top of the hour. And if anybody has any incredible words to say to me, you know where to find me. Facebook. You can get me on Instagram. And I'm easy to find. Jeff Eichen, EICHEN. And we're going to end our stream now. And thank you, YouTube. And thank you guys and gals for being patient in the beginning. We're working on a new platform here to get this rolling even better. So thank you so much. Hemp Hemp Hooray, everybody. Episode 299. Weed Weeds Day. Weed Weeds Day.